So today is the last sleep that I'll have in Melbourne for 3 months as we leave for the Camino in not many hours. It will be a flight, well, we're getting up at 3 a.m. for a 7 a.m. flight to Bali. Making this recording, I think, just to document the feeling of where I'm at. A video diary of sorts. I did put together a longer blog post about the Camino, what the Camino is, the approach we're taking, how I found out about it, which has its roots back in 2015. I found an email where I had mentioned it. So it's almost been, something 10 years in the making, which is huge. And I put together a whole bunch of information just to, I guess, tell the story, but also encourage other people to work towards their pipe dreams. The Camino just was this little thing that I went on Google Images and had a little printout of a photo stuck on my work desk that I was working towards. Not sure when it was going to happen, but pretty sure I'd make it happen, and I very much have made it happen. So that's in the blog post, but I thought a video would be good for myself, just to document where I'm at feeling wise. Not that I really, make YouTube videos for the intention of catching much of an audience. I know the internet wants everything short and punchy, so this is maybe just for myself, to capture some of the feelings between the words, between every sentence that I've put together, thought out and articulated. I think the feelings are more on the outside, where the writing could be very, more factual. So I'm here we go. I'm excited. People asked me yesterday about it, how it going away, which is, really, really nice to have people come together to send us off. So I said I'm excited, but also talked about how the last 2 years has just been this kind of sprint to this sort of finish line. Been working a lot, a full-time job, counseling clients, my own business, and then also youth work. So just juggling act to fit it all in. And I feel like I've gotten to this finish line that I've been sprinted towards, which is now, and I've just gone. Trying to just muster up the energy, and that's where I think the week in Bali will be good, just to rejuvenate. So I'm excited, bit nervous. There's a lot to plan and to pack for. My partner's been an absolute legend in terms of figuring a lot of stuff out. But there's all this unknown, because when it comes to booking in cities that you've never been, how do you know what you don't know? So that's where I think a lot of the trust comes into play, where you do everything that you do. And with travel, there's this element of the unknown, which is both, exciting, not having everything, I think, scripted out, planned, leaves room for a bit of spontaneity. And so, keeping room for that. I think the trip is also just making me really stop and reflect on my own life, particularly because the last time I was overseas was 2017. I went to India and Nepal, another trek, which is pretty, life-changing in its own way. But also when I came back, life had really changed for me. I was diagnosed with ADHD, lost a job that I had, so it was really put at a point where things really came undone. and to be going overseas now in such a point of stability, just really highlights like, wow, I've come so far. And that point, that low point, was really just, I would say rock bottom often is the most fertile ground, and it really was. And since then, my life has just flourished slowly, very slowly, but it's really come to that point now where, I've got a lot of stability, and in a lot of domains just come really far, but also in terms of who I am, particularly being a counsellor and having my own business now, really being able to show up in the world as, just me, and really developing my own skills and getting an idea of who I am and where I belong. My own constant sort of evolution, which is great. Yeah, and I think the Camino will just give me a lot of time to really think about the following chapters of my life. I've always found myself to be a very youthful person, and I really cherish that. But at the same time, I can't deny the fact that time is a ticking. And what that sort of means. I was just looking over this book, The Alchemist, and The Alchemist is, it's some people think it's really sort of cliche, but it's a classic, and it is simple, but I think there's a lot of heart in it, particularly because it says it is about a young boy named, well, I don't think they ever say his name, but he heads to Santiago, which is a location, and I'm walking the Camino de Santiago. He heads, shepherd boy. The boy is named Santiago, who travels from his homeland in Spain to the Egyptian desert. So I'm going through Spain, but the other sort of direction to the chapel of Santiago. Oh, I should know this. I'm just tired. So that's really making me reflect on that, and how in the book there isn't a particular significance of the end destination, but it's about the journey. And in the same way, like the ending, the Compostela, it doesn't have, I don't think, particular, like I'm not a Catholic person, so it's not really about that destination, but of course the process along the way and the things that we learn. So that's really the mindset I'm taking with this journey. It's just the experience that will unfold, being challenged, meeting a lot of people, and then the chance just to really see the rest of the world. I've never been past Asia, so that's exciting as well. I'm really looking to discovering like the history and just being like you do when you travel, right? Having my mind expanded, being more like open-minded, introduced to new things. And then coming back, of course, and bring a lot of things that I learn with me. Becoming a better therapist to support people, better partner, friend, all those sort of things. So that's where I'm at, and just really grateful for everyone that I met while I've been in Melbourne. We're talking about it last night with some friends that are moving to Queensland, and I was sharing my journey of moving from Queensland and being like, wow, I really came here empty-handed, and then have a life so full, and so grateful to have made the choices that I made, even though I didn't know where they were going to lead to. Taking those risks, and it all really started with going overseas at 26 living in Tonga in what I thought would be a year. So for those little decisions, it's like a pebble dropping, and you just don't know where those ripples will end. Which is just the beauty of life, and I think continuously just staying moving. Staying moving, exploring new things. What I like to say is, at the time when I was, I think I was 25 at the time, looking for work, had been fired from a previous job. Don't worry, I've only been fired twice. Was just, my mentor was like, just turn over every stone. I don't know what the right decision is, and sometimes I'd be so overwhelmed by that. But I was just like, hey, just turn over every stone, and there'll be something underneath that. And there was. But yeah, very excited, a little bit nervous, and just open to the experience. Planning to take photos, make content around the people that I meet and all those things. So yeah, I think that covers the gist of what I'm feeling. So I better go pack more stuff and get ready.